Yo, what's going on, everybody? And I'm back after a month. I know it's been a super duper long time since I last recorded a video, but here I am. I'm back, and I hope to have a more consistent upload schedule in the future. Also, I'm whispering again because it's 11 o'clock, so yeah, that's why the audio is a little low. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. If you couldn't tell from the thumbnail or the title, I'm going to be talking about why Jump Force is one of the most awful, horrendous, terrible, disgusting games of all time. Yeah, if you've ever heard of this game and you ever saw any reviews, you've definitely heard of that take before. And I used to be on the minority side thinking that, oh, this game's great, I love this game. And yeah, no, I feel ashamed of what I once thought. This game is absolutely terrible. And this video isn't scripted, so I will be covering random points as I go along, so let's get into it. So, first things first, obviously it's a game, so let's address the gameplay and what makes it bad. Also, by the way, I'm not including back footage of the game because I didn't want to get any. So, anyway, the gameplay of this game is absolutely terrible. It's an arena fighter, it's an anime oh, wait. I should probably explain what Jump Force is. Yeah, I should probably do that. Jump Force is an anime fighting game that is a crossover between a bunch of shonen characters, and it's an arena fighter. If you don't know what an arena fighter is, it's a 3D fighting game where you fight in an arena. That's the best way I can explain it. Anyway, so it's a anime arena fighter, which is already a bad start. Like, not many anime arena fighters are good, because they're usually just cash grabs. And so this one is no exception. The gameplay is awful. All the characters feel slow and clunky, and the gameplay doesn't feel good. It is really, really bad, and the balance is just terrible. Like, some characters like Zoro and Blackbeard and some other characters are like absolutely disgustingly broken and like break the game, and then some other characters like Deku or who else? I don't know, some other people. Like, some characters are really, really good, and some other characters are really, really bad. Like, the balance in this game is just absolutely awful. And then, next thing I want to touch upon is the, maneuver or teleport or dodge mechanic with your, energy meter. Yeah, no, that's completely busted. Not in a good way. If someone is comboing you, which I'll talk about combos later, if someone is comboing you, then you can just press L1 on PS4, or whatever button is on other consoles. You can just press L1 and immediately get out of it. It's the teleport button, but you have to have energy meter to do the teleport, and it takes up a lot of it, which that wouldn't be a problem, but you only need like a sliver of energy bar. Like, your energy bar recovers over time, so yeah, teleporting gets you, it like removes all your energy bar, but that doesn't do anything. That does absolutely nothing, because you instantly gain it back, and if you even have like a little millimeter of energy bar, you can just teleport out of combos. So it's just, you can't really get damage because they're always teleporting out of the way. And speaking of combos, the combos, all it's one button mash combos. Yeah, with some characters you can do you can like string moves together and whatnot, but that a lot of characters can't do that. And the main comboing is just mashing square or mashing whatever button it is on your console. You just mash one button and you do a fancy little combo that they can easily get out of. So it's just absolutely atrocious. There's no point, because there's no really skill to the game. There's no depth. It is a terrible game, or it has terrible gameplay. And so yeah, last thing I want to touch up on for gameplay is the character Sanji. Now, the reason why this character is so is, one, he's the worst character in the game, but two, the problem with him is he can't attack female characters. Yes, I just said that right. He cannot attack. If he tries to attack any female characters, his attack doesn't work. It will just shoot out like hearts or whatever, because in the source material, yes, Sanji has vowed to never hit women, and he is basically a simp. But the only problem with that is this is a fighting game. You do not have to be that accurate to the source material to completely invalidate a character. Because, someone pulls out Sanji, you just pull out one of your female characters. Like, the fact that he can't attack a single female character in the game just makes him completely invalidated. And it's one of the most dumbest things I've ever heard to do in a fighting game. Like, just like, oh, you pick this character? Well, he can't attack half the roster, by the way. Like, who designed this game? Like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, next is the atrocious story mode. Obviously, you don't usually come to fighting games for... Also, there are other problems with the gameplay, but I don't feel like getting into every single little detail. Those are just some of the main problems. Next is the atrocious story mode. The story mode is absolutely disgusting. The story mode is one of the worst story modes I've ever seen in a game. Because, here's the thing. What I like in a crossover game story mode is crossover elements. Like, how would these characters who've never seen each other before interact if they somehow crossed over to the same universe? And like how that happened. That's why I love Brawl's story mode so much, because the characters have so much interaction, like, and it feels realistic. But in Jump Force, the whole story mode is just centered around your stupid ass, dumb, your dumb little custom avatar. I hate that thing. The dumb custom avatar ruins the story mode. The whole thing is about your blank slate, no dialogue, dummy freaking avatar, and I don't care about the avatar. I care about the gosh dang anime characters that I bought this game to see. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why everything would be about the anime everything would be about the avatar, when you have like 50 anime characters from different stories that you could interact with each other. Like, if this game had no custom avatar and you just played as certain anime characters for missions in the story mode, that would make it so much better. And my favorite part of the story mode was when Goku got mad at Luffy for eating all the food at their little headquarters. It was such like a small passing moment in dialogue, but that was my favorite moment, because that was the only time there was a realistic interaction between two or more characters. So that was the only time in a crossover story mode that there was one small instance where two or more characters had a believable interaction. It's absolutely atrocious. And beyond the custom character, the story is absolutely abominable. Like, it's about this, this magical god force thing. He shows up and he's so powerful, and, he's turning the anime characters bad. The story is all over the place, and it's just absolutely atrocious, because it's all over the place, and it's focusing on your blank slate avatar. And another thing that doesn't make any sense about the story is these anime characters could easily body the main villain. Like, the main villain, he's portrayed as some big threat, and he's so terrible. No! That is not believable whatsoever. And the fact that it's portrayed that only your dumbass avatar he's the chosen one, he's the only one that can defeat him. No! That is not how it works. That is not what happens. That is not how this interaction would take place. Like, but there are so many disgustingly strong anime characters in this game. Like, the entire DB cast that's in the game, like, and I'm trying to think who else, Asta, Giorno, Jotaro, Dio, the JoJo characters who can stop time and er- erase cause, like, there are so many busted abilities, and if all of them, it's literally like a shonen team. If all of them teamed up against some bozo that, oh, he's such a big threat because he can join the universes. Like, I understand he made some of the anime characters bad, like with his special abilities or whatever, but that wouldn't happen. The characters who turned good alone, which were Naruto, Goku, and some of the, Luffy and some of their characters, they could easily defeat him by themselves. You don't, and like even after freeing all of the anime characters from like their evil hypnotized state, like it's portrayed that your avatar is the only one that can stop him, even though your avatar was originally just an ordinary human, which made no sense. You're like Goku, Vegeta, the Dragon Ball characters, and so many other characters that were not bad in the first place could easily defeat the villain. So this villain doesn't make any sense. He is not a threat. He is a artificial threat. Anyways, I've bashed this game's story mode a lot, and I've bashed its gameplay, and there were other points on gameplay that I didn't feel like touching up on. And my throat is getting dry, so I'm gonna wrap this up. There are other elements that are really bad, like the atrocious online that's shutting down in a year. Yeah, that's right. The online shut down in, let's see, 4 years. That's how bad this game is. The online is atrocious and it's shutting down in 4 years. That shows how bad this game is, and no one bought it. So I could rant about how this game is so bad, but I won't close up here. Basically, this game tried to celebrate Shonen Jump's 50th anniversary, but it is an utter sad excuse for a game in a terrible way to celebrate Shonen Jump's legacy. And it's just absolutely abominable and atrocious that they ever even thought that this would be a good game and a good way to celebrate the 50th anniversary. With all the negativities, I'll say two things that I liked about this game. One, the roster itself, and two, the anime like maps and places, like just like the places, like for example, Hidden Leaf Village, Marine Ford, like just the certain maps and areas from the anime, seeing those in fully like realistic, realized graphics, that's pretty cool. That it's pretty cool, but it doesn't salvage the rest of the abominable game. So, with two things that I like about it, I'm giving this a 20%. A 20% on the what, you may ask? A 20% in the salad bowl. That's my rating system, yes. And I may or may not have copied that off Moist Critical. But anyway, I'm giving this game a 20% because I had two things that I like about it. The rest of the game is absolute trash, terrible, abominable. Do not buy this game. It is an excuse for $60. Terrible fighting game. The story is terrible. Sad excuse for celebrating Shonen Jump's 50th anniversary, and the online shutting down this year or next year. So, yeah. With that said, video's done. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will try to upload more, and with all that said, cue the outro.